Network.
Everyone, welcome to the Life Happens podcast. I am your host, Amazing Grace, or Rabia, whatever you want to call me. As you guys know, the Life Happens podcast is a podcast where we combine our spirituality with everyday practical things to create this beautiful balance that you see. You see CJ, you see Tanya, you see Kim, you see Rabia / Grace. You see the balance, guys? Do you guys see the balance? Anyway, our topic is love's past. Can pre-engagement history break a relationship? I thought that was very thought-provoking considering the video we're going to play for you guys later. Y'all. So in light of the video, guys, have you watched the video?
I did.
Yeah.
So it was the first one, right? The first one, not the man beard.
Man. No, it was the first one.
Okay.
Man, I thought that was deep, but I thought it was a lot. But before we get into the topic, guys, how was your weekend? I didn't see you last week. How you guys doing?
Doing wonderful. I just came back from Las Vegas. I lost $120, but I had a good time. My niece got married and I got to go to her wedding. It was beautiful.
Who got married then?
My niece.
Okay.
My brother's daughter got married in Las Vegas. So yes, it was fun. It was great. It was elegant. It was everything I'd hoped for her. I'm so happy for her. Mr. and Mrs. Cooper, congratulations. I will be praying for their marriage. I'm very happy for her. So we had a really good time, going to different casinos. I took Shelby with me. My daughter was her first time in Vegas.
Okay.
So that was fun, just kind of going up and down the strip and betting and looking and sightseeing and eating everything. So we had a really good time.
It sounds like it, yeah. So what about you, Tanya?
So, life. Just life. I kind of had a calm weekend because, car issues and stuff like that. So I just sat down and enjoyed myself, read some books, went to the gym, had fun, had a Sunday fun day. But let me point this out. Look, Rabia, look what I have behind me.
What is that, honey? I can't see. My
look, I haven't been selling, and I realized why I haven't been selling nothing.
Yes! Oh my God, that's from how long ago?
Forever. I'm telling y'all. Okay, so Rabia wrote a book of affirmations, and I swear on everything that when I put this on my wall, I started selling so much. I say it every morning. I say it in the afternoon, and yeah, I was like, I wasn't selling nothing. I'm like, I'm not doing good. So I had to go get me a board. I walked to Walmart because I got a car, and I wrote, I was like, here, put it on my thing.
Tanya, read it to us because I can't really see it that well.
Okay. I come against the spirit of deprivation.
Deprivation.
The Lord prospers the work of my hands. Yeah.
Yes, but that's fake scripture though. But I love it though that you still wow.
Man, I don't know. It's just like that out of that whole book. That's the one that stuck with me because I read your whole book.
Oh, hugs, honey. CJ, why are you raising your eyebrows now? What's up with the raising of eyebrows?
I'm just in here. Hey, I'm just up in here, man. But I'm glad y'all,
quiet today. You've been very quiet. Hold up a second. Where is yours onesies today? I got the cow onesie. You're supposed to have the giraffe onesie. You're supposed to have the what?
You didn't tell me we were doing onesies today. I thought that was going to be, next week, for Halloween, but okay.
Oh, Halloween.
We don't do Halloween over here, so no, that was never going to be for Halloween. This is because it's cold and I like to have my cow onesie, comfortable. Cool, guys. So CJ, what's up with you?
Nah, I just been cooling, man. I can't call it. I can't call it. I really just been cooling. Hey, shout out to everybody. I was wondering what you had going on, Robbie. I ain't gonna lie, man. You got this cow, this this uh this uh this jaguar print.
But you know what? I wouldn't say that, but I better not. This is a cow onesie. It is so comfortable, y'all. I wear it to Walmart. I wear it to Target.
That ain't
And I
right.
thought you. And I thought, you got them fuzzies in your audience, and people that be in the people that be dressing up like cows and like goats and shit like that.
Hey,
Hey, I'm gonna have to check I'm gonna check your TikTok comment. Hey, her TikTok on that be rolling. I be wanting to be messy in there, but I ain't gonna be saying that. I just be letting her ride.
sometimes people be saying the most ridiculous shit, y'all. I'll be like, and I'm not even that nice. I mean, I'm nice, but I ain't that friendly.
Yes, you are.
Am I that friendly, CJ?
Nah, you kind of come off like mean as hell sometimes. But when I really get to know you, I'll be like, you know what? She is actually very sweet. She is very cool. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't be sweet to everybody because they think you like them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
True.
as woman, you can't be too friendly because the minute you're friendly, then they think you're flirting, even if you're being nice. So you can't
Yeah.
be like. So you gotta be standoffish just because people get the wrong impression. You know. Hi, Aweda. Okay, guys, I'm really excited about this topic. Guys on Instagram, the topic today is love's past. Can pre-engagement history break a relationship? Okay. Can pre-engagement history break a relationship? Before we get into the topic in the video, guys, what do you guys think? Let's start with
Yes. Yes,
okay.
it can. Yes, yes, yes. If you're not truthful in the beginning and you let your past can come in, creep into your now, your past when it creeps into your now, I think it just messes a lot of things up. So I think being honest and being open and telling the truth, I think that goes a long way. I don't think anyone likes surprises, right? Not when it comes to a relationship. I don't like surprises like that. Like, bam, somebody knocking at the door and there's a surprise at the door. No, I don't need that. I want to be able, the surprise comes. I'm like, look, we already talked about it. We solid. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that was a little too much though. But anyway, before we get into play the video, so Tanya, what about you?
Oh yeah, yeah. You got to be honest. So you know me, I'm too honest sometimes. I tell all the business, all my business up front, and it scares everybody away. So, but I think that in that particular video, something like that, yeah, that's
I
because
mean, yeah,
because y'all remember. I don't know. Y'all probably don't know, but like about I want to say a year or two ago, there was like this big thing in social media in Fort Worth because this guy and this girl had got married, and then like the day they got married or the day before they got married, like it came out and there was videos of him with men, and so
oh, did they get married though?
yes, so they did. I believe, yeah, they did, and then it came out and then she was embarrassed and it was a big old thing, and
Yes, she should be.
yeah,
That's
so yo, no, I feel like you need to be honest. So I'd rather you tell me everything up front and let's start fresh since we get married.
right.
Surprise.
Yeah,
Well,
surprise.
I'm bisexual, all this stuff, and you don't have to
Surprise.
back to having the difficult conversation in the beginning. I think that
Right.
you need to. You know what? Coming from my culture, my mom always says you don't tell a man everything, right? That's what she said. You don't tell a man everything because a man will lose respect for you, blah blah blah. But there's some things you just cannot not tell somebody. You know. So CJ, what about you? Do you think pre-engagement history can break a relationship?
Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, it's like credit history. Shit, you walk in that motherfucker with a 450, you ain't about to get that. Hey, you ain't getting that. You telling me, hey, I'm gonna save some of it for for after the video, but I'm gonna just say yes, yes, it
Okay.
definitely can.
So let me play the video, guys. Let me go ahead.
Because I slept with a few dudes in the past in college does not mean you're going to sit there and call the wedding off. It was in college. Right now, no. Right now, college. It was in college. Home for the love of God. It was in college. It was in college. You act like you were never curious before. You never messed around with. I'm a good man. Any woman will want a man like me. Any woman will want a man like me. Like me. So you go ahead and try to throw me away. You go ahead and try. You go ahead and try. Like I said, let me tell you something. You will never find another man like me. You will never find another man like me. You're judging me. And that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. For what? For what? College. I'm a different man now. Serious. You're not serious. It's not finished. 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 It's because I can be. Because you're judging me. Because I slept with a few guys in my past.
Ooh.
Okay, so there's a part 2. Do you want me to play the part 2?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay. So the question, guys, in Instagram, can pre-engagement history break relationship? This is a video. I'm sure you heard the video about a guy that slept with guys when he was in college. He doesn't feel like his fiance should break up with him because she'll never find another man like him, he says.
So what? So what? I was curious, and we all go through things as we grow now. But we're grown now. No, we're not calling nothing on. We're not calling nothing on. You're not calling nothing on. You're not serious right now. You're not serious. No, I'm not hearing that. I don't have to. No. So let me ask you a question. So you mean to tell me in college you didn't sleep with anybody? The real reason you're mad because I didn't tell you. That's why you're mad. No, where you're going to listen to everything I'm saying to you.
Everything is called off.
No, nothing is called off.
Nothing is called
Nothing is called off. Okay. We're getting married. We're grown. We're going to talk about this. We're going to move forward. You're just mad because of something that happened in college years ago. Okay. Oh, you're petty. I'm not going to make forward with you. We're getting married. That's just that. Oh, we're not.
First of all, why is he yelling? Like, calm your voice, sir. You're the one that was over there being nasty.
Now, Grant said people can do what they want. That's his business, right? But my thing is this: why didn't you have the conversation very early on, when the conversation should have been had? Anyway, I don't have an opinion yet. Okay, so let's start with I'm saying Felicia. Let's start with Tanya because you started talking.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, first, I got questions. Like, how did she find out? What brought the conversation up? Do you still talk to these men you have relationships with in college? And what part did you play in those relationships? Because I got questions. I need to know because I'm going to talk about you first.
But does that even matter?
Yes, it matters. Because I need to know because if we're at the point of the fact that we're about to get married, that means we have relations that we made it to that point. We should talk about it.
But I mean, you said what parts did you play in the? I guess I'm assuming you mean physical relationship. Does that even matter?
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm saying was it what kind of relationship, I guess, is what I'm getting more at. What kind of relations was it? I guess I didn't get too much into it.
Okay. But at the end of the day, to me, you're attracted to men.
Right.
True.
So regardless of your position, you're attracted to men. You find them appealing.
So Ben says, so you didn't tell her about this until they got engaged. Very point. You waited too long, my guy. You should have told her. Anita says that's what you call gaslighting. That's why he was yelling. He wants to.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't even have to tell her.
Say that again, Felicia.
He didn't even have to tell her.
Thank God he did. I mean, because my thoughts is like getting tested, right?
Yeah.
Did you go get tested? I mean, even with heterosexual, even if he wasn't.
Yeah, I was like, that's just not homophobic. You gotta, that's homophobic. But in any relationship with extra people, you should get tested.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, I definitely to me, there's definitely more questions. But how did this come out? Like, did he mean to tell her, or did she find out because somebody told her? Because now
that would be good to know.
Ben has a question. He says, was he in love with Tyrone or Terrence? I mean,
both of them.
or both.
Both.
No. Okay, CJ, your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to keep reading the title because I was like, wait, hold on, I kept reading. I said, so he dibbled and dabbled. He
Yeah.
he was in here, you know what I'm saying, double dipping. Hey, that's a nice background you got there, Felicia. Hey, I see y'all big ballers there. That's okay, word.
No,
Man.
I'm in the kitchen. I'm sorry.
Nah, you cool. No, you cool. No, that was no rules. Man, I wish, hey, when we get our house, shit, man, I want my kitchen like that, man. This shit look good in here. Anyway, no, but like real talk, so not to kind of be on two separate sides, but kind of keep on topic. I feel like, yeah, you gotta let people know, like what's really going on with you. Now this can be like a universal sexual deal, like a universe, like a unisex, like what you call it when it can apply to both genders, like right, unisex, right? Okay, right. So let's just try to say, I don't know. Let's say if the opposite roles was reversed, and she said, "Hey, I got wicked one night, and I let the whole Q dogs stomp and trump, and my little kitty cat." Yeah, I might be like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Hold on, pause on the," you know what I'm saying? So some things should be, like, yeah, something.
So that means you want to know how many sexual partners she's had, or
No.
right? But you're saying in that case, if she's had multiple, she had a whole fraternity in that one night. You want to know that is what you're saying. No,
I'm thinking about it. Maybe that is something that I would like to maybe, and that's only because if let's say like homecoming is coming up, right? And I'm just keeping it true, right? If I don't know what you was on or whatever, when it comes to something like that, it's none of my business. But it's when we in the same vicinity, and then I can't have, other people like, damn, I'm wearing when I was turning her ass every way but loose. Damn, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. But to keep it on this subject right here, yeah, that's something, that you definitely may want to let somebody know, that you creeping around. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, good comments. Daniel says, somebody needs to say this. If you're ashamed of something, don't do it. But always be real with yourself. Facts.
Yeah. I mean, if like own it, own it.
Keisha says pre-engagement history can definitely break a relationship, especially if it's a man finding out something about a woman. Women can forgive things and move on, but a damaged man will never get over anything pre or post relationship history. Now, I have to say,
that's true, Keisha.
That's
so
true.
That is fact. A man, there's some things you're just not going to get past. Just like with cheating, right? A woman is expected to forgive and we get over that, but a man will never get past that.
Mm-mm.
If he does, I mean, we know somebody that's, but I also often wonder though, like, anyway, I have thoughts about that, but because I know most men are not wired like that to be just like, okay, it takes a hell of a man, and I think a lot of God, honestly, to, Daniel says, I wish I could join. I want to say some shit. Maybe next time, Daniel. You know Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay. So should we be afraid if Daniel joins Sonia?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm. He would have some good insight. Not depending on what the topic is, I guess.
And Rita says men will accept a woman like woman. That's facts. Before a woman can accept a man liking men. Facts. As for me, I don't want a man that likes men too. When he tells me he's going to hang out with his homeboys, I'll be wondering if he's doing his things. For real.
That's real.
That's real. Because I would not be confident.
But I watched this guy on TikTok and he's a makeup artist and he's married with kids, and they're okay with it. So is that something like that?
I've seen that before. I've seen that guy.
Yeah, and so like maybe that's something that like people are starting to, because I mean let's just be real, like some kind gay guys, they kind of would know what to how to treat a woman.
But that guy wasn't gay though. He just does makeup.
Well, he doesn't know, but there's one where he tells the story on. Oh yeah, maybe he wasn't gay. He wasn't gay.
I mean, but it sounds like she knew though.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the same one you're talking about. They met at Walmart. They said was at Walmart, right?
Right. He does makeup, but his wife is a beautiful.
Yes. And
but
they,
I mean,
yeah,
that's like kind of going into like the whole poly thing. Like it's okay, like this poly thing. Like, is it becoming a little bit normal now that people are trying? If more men and more women are trying.
I don't know if the poly thing is really about partnership. I don't know, or is it just? I mean, because I know for myself, I can't share a man, and I'm not.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna be in Susie's room tomorrow, and I was here. You guys doing whatever you're doing, and then Friday nights. In African culture, when you have multiple wives, guys, they have houses, multiple houses. So in my culture, you need to have money in order to have two. You can't be broke and cheating. I'm sorry, you got to pick a struggle. You just can't do both. Not in my world.
Right.
Anyway, let me read this comment. Daniel says this one from an alpha male's point of view. Keisha says they'll say they're over it, but they'll keep bringing it up. What about oh boy that was choking you? Say shit when he pulled your hair. But I tag it a little bit and you going crazy. Man, go somewhere and heal. Facts.
Yeah.
And Wheeler says maybe the guy in the video did time in prison.
It was college. They were experimenting.
My point of view of it is that I mean I keep thinking back to Jackie Hill Perry and how she lived a lesbian lifestyle, but now she's married and has 5 children.
Right.
So I think people can change. For him, I think for him, before you even got into the engagement part, I think that you should have relayed that information to her.
That's the thing.
Right.
That's the thing. I had relationship with dudes in college. I no longer desire that anymore. I do want to marry you, and then let it be her decision if she wants to go forward with that. This guy is trying to bully her into saying yes to being married to him because he did this in college. So he's trying to make her feel bad about something he did in his past that you are now bringing up in the engagement part of it, but you expect me to have a different sort of outcome. You're expecting a different sort of outcome. And I think because he didn't get that, I think that's where all the yelling comes in, and he's just trying to force her into this. Come on, we can still do this. You're not going to leave me. We're still going to do it. That was just something I did, which I don't think he's expressing it well. If it was something that he did and he's over it, it's like, oh yeah, I did that. That's something I did in college. I no longer participate in that lifestyle any longer. I want to move forward with you. That's the kind of conversation to have. The conversation is not like, oh, it's just something I did.
Yeah.
Without explaining, where he is now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but to be a devil's advocate, I'm sorry, Robbie, did I cut you off? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, but to be a devil's advocate, what if he said he was a thief or he committed a felon or he did how would you feel about that? Would it be the same?
It'd be the same thing. I'd want to know
but
pre-engagement. I just want to know pre-engagement. Until we made that step, I'd want to know. If you had been in prison, I want to know before I marry you. I want to know that.
He is telling you before y'all get married.
I want all the information so that I myself can make a calculated decision. You know what I'm saying? Because when you don't give me all the information, I am making a decision. It's biased. My information is not all together. I'm making a decision on something where I don't have all the pieces to.
Right.
I want all the pieces.
Right.
I accept that you stole before I accept that you're with somebody else, the same sex. I'm just being honest. Okay. And you said something key, Kim. You said people can change. I believe people can change. Yes. I've seen God do amazing things, right? Because we know a lot of stuff is spiritual. Everything starts, not a lot of stuff, everything starts at a spiritual level.
Everything does.
Becky Hill Perry, I believe she's completely changed because I've seen her preaching and I believe that. However, I'm certain she had a conversation before.
No, she did. I've listened to her podcast. Her and her husband did have a conversation before.
Right,
They
that's
got
have a successful marriage because she spoke up before. Now,
right.
your thing, if the man was a thief and he was in jail, I can be more accepting of that versus because what's going to happen is that I'm not going to be comfortable in my relationship with you. I'm gonna think every time there's a muscular nigga walking by, I'm gonna think he's looking at his ass or he's looking at his whatever. That's just me, and I'm not homophobic at all. But I'm just being honest, like that. No, sir. Bye. And then
But
yelling at her, like, why are you screaming? Why are you raising your voice? Why are you telling me you're never gonna find someone like me? You're right, sir. I'm never gonna find someone like you. Okay.
but if you really love somebody, you would forgive them, right? And look past their flaws.
Well, I can forgive you and from a distance and wish you well with that other woman over there. Okay, that's okay with that. And we just said something key. You need to read this comment. He said, I noticed that more younger white women will accept a bisexual man more than other races.
Wow, really?
It is what it is. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true though.
I don't have the same equipment a man has. I'm not going to compete or in my mind have this wall inside of me with this man. No, I'm going to have to get over you, sir. Bye. I can't do it.
I still wonder how she found out.
That I'm curious to know too. Keisha says, I'm a whole woman, but I won't allow anyone to stick anything in my anus voluntarily. I don't care what we're experimenting. If men like their anuses licked and played with or a finger in there, leave his happy ass alone.
Bro, Keisha, your daughter watches these. Like, you know that, what? Maybe they cool with it at this point. They know their mama. They like,
see, that's what I think. I feel like he wasn't upfront. He wasn't upfront with Ben said. He wasn't upfront about it at first. Because, these kind of questions, I ask these questions now. Have you been to prison? You got to ask those major questions. Now you got to add that. Have you ever played with the same sex before?
I think we do have to ask those questions.
Remember we had that show about the dating?
I mean, I have my girlfriends, they all do background checks before it gets, I need a background check.
I mean, remember the conversation we had when one time I was interested in this guy and you told me no off the bat? Remember?
No.
Come on, right?
Yep.
And Kim wants to do a background check for me. But before that could take off, y'all, this shit fell away. And she was right. Kim was always right. I can't stand your ass. Anyway, but that didn't work. So Ben says he wasn't honest up front, which is probably her problem.
Yeah.
I believe so. Ben also says, how do you bully someone into marriage? That marriage is not going to last. I agree. Oh my gosh. And Will says, I want to know everything too, because if he's a convicted felon, it's going to make it impossible for him to get a nice place to rent, which means the woman is going to be over everything. Oh my God, yes.
Oh, that's so true. That's true. I mean, come on. You don't really think about that if they have a felon. It's hard to do anything.
Who is reading that comment? Because I cannot.
What she say? She found out because the boys' bowels were too loose and shit all over the commode. There's just silence right now.
Like, what can you? I don't even know what to say. Like, Keisha, I feel heat from the base of my head after Kim read that comment. Okay.
What? Hey, so I'm gonna chime in for a little bit. So, first off, like real talk, I could tell, like he was giving me zesty vibes, like when he was talking.
How so?
Just because the way he was talking, the way he was, you know what I'm saying, screaming at everything. I was getting zesty vibes. So maybe she was kind of already low key, kind of like, you doing a lot of feminine activities, which is fine. That is okay. It's a lot of feminine niggas out here. You're just not for me. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell when he was arguing, I'm like, bro, Buddy seemed a little got a little sugar in the tank, got a little, and then he's saying like, oh, so what? I was, yeah. I was like, hold up, what you mean? I know because I took that if let's say one of my closest niggas, like one of my close niggas, like we out somewhere. I mean, now obviously we ain't getting engaged. He was telling me like, let's say when we drinking at Twin Peaks, and then he like, yeah, man, I remember shit at UNT, dog. She got a little wild one time. I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, man, like what you talking about? Man, I I was really feeling Jerome. That I'm gonna say, whoa, hold on. Hey, what you finna tell me now? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but certain things like that, you should probably, and on a scientifical, biological level, you definitely, because I'm pretty sure they was engaging in certain situations. So, she, that's huh?
I think that's probably why she's really upset, because they probably had sex already and he didn't say anything, and no one's probably talking about testing, and no one's thinking about that, right? So I think it's also a safety issue. But that's the same thing if you're having sex with multiple people and not using protection,
True.
right? So it's not just because it's man on man. Let me be clear. I mean, he could have been messing up with other women and not being protected, because that new one, the one that's undetected, the HPV that you don't detect.
Yeah.
Men are carrying that around in your urethra, okay, and infecting women. And then, did you all know that? Okay, on another note, there's this guy. What's his name? He's an old actor. He had throat cancer. What's his name? It's Catherine Douglas's husband. What's his name? Michael Douglas.
Michael.
He ended up with throat cancer because of HPV. Do you guys know that? That causes cancer because he was having unprotected oral sex with women, and that's how he got cancer. So there's not just like AIDS and HIV and syphilis, gonorrhea. These are these silent STDs. The only time you know is when you go to the doctor, you get your pap smear, like, oh, you have normal pap smear. Why? It could be one of those reasons. And you don't even know that you have it because it's not the typical STD, and it's not a, and the reason I'm talking about it because my teenagers in the house, I tell them about HPV. Even if you are doing things, you don't even have to be, what's the word? Penetrated to get HPV, but it's very contagious and it's very hard to treat. There's no antibiotic for it, and these things cause cancer. But we're not thinking about that stuff, right? We're thinking about being in the freaking moment. Let me get off that soapbox.
Okay.
Okay.
He's like, okay, so good.
I was gonna say, like, real talk. Some people, I mean, and I know we're all in this, and I feel like everybody, we're a lot more accepting to, what's up. Which, I mean, that ain't the problem that he was dibbling and dabbling. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's his business. But I was gonna say, I feel like the majority of women are okay with those activities if that's just not their man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because and it may sound, and I may be taking it back a little, but, it's quick, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, when it was, on some slavery stuff, the slave owner used to do that to other grown, to males, to assert that dominance, to, and you do that in front of everybody to let, and you basically demasculated him. Like, you see what I'm saying? So right. When when he, or whenever she found out, she was probably like, damn, hold up, bro. So she probably thinking, on some whole other stuff. And that just broke down his basically, what she thinks, all that. So, homeboy tweak. Yeah, he tweaking.
Can somebody comment, please? Who wants to read Keisha's comments?
If a dude always wants to be, hold on. If a dude always wants to be the little spoon during cuddle time, he belongs to the street. Man, chill out. Hold on, man.
CJ wants to be the little spoon.
Hey, chill out. Hey, chill out. Nigga, it's cold out here. I'm in here. You tweaking like a little spoon. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Every now and then. That ain't good.
And we just said, I believe a person already even want to experiment with another gender. I agree. There was always a curiosity, probably, from
Yeah.
when I was in high school, guys, right? Um, we would go out a lot as a group of girls, right? And I remember at a party looking over and I saw two girls that I was in class with kissing. And I was like, and back then, same sex was not even a thing.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm old, so that was not even a thing. But I think it's, I mean, obviously it's been around for a while and the fascination's been there. But in this case, I mean, you about to get married, sir.
Oh, it was a big deal in my high school, same sex. But
And
the one thing you know what's kind of weird about that video though, it seems like he was the one who was shooting the video.
Yeah. So
He
He
was.
felt like he was in the right.
Yeah, he was.
say that again.
He was the one who was shooting the video.
What
Like
wrong though?
I'm in the
see,
right.
that was my first question. Like, why are they videoing this?
Well, he
Why was
wanted
he
people to
videoing
think
it?
it was a performance. He wanted people to say she's homophobic. You know, he wanted to put it on her, you know,
Yeah.
and not the fact that he misled her or misinformed her or told her too late. So instead of, to me, that's kind of a narcissist behavior. I'm going to make you the blame. I'm going to gaslight you like you're the problem and not me.
Right. So take the
Mm.
focus of your behavior and put it
Right.
on her. And now we in that time where if you don't agree with people's lifestyle, then you
You're
know
homophobic. Yeah.
You get canceled, yeah.
homophobic nowadays, and they're gonna mock you and talk shit about you and ostracize you or try to do that. And Rita says it's an epidemic of syphilis in Houston and South Dallas too. Oh damn.
Yeah, it is. I didn't know about South Dallas. I knew about Houston though.
So what
You
is syphilis exactly? Isn't it like you take a blood test for that?
STD. You can, yeah. I think it gets in your blood, but you can take a in your well woman checkup. They can test you for it.
Hmm. Ooh,
you
child.
know
I don't think there's a cure for syphilis.
Yes,
So,
there is.
It is.
is
It's
it?
not. Yeah.
It's a
What's
cure for
that?
syphilis and chlamydia, but it's not a cure for herpes.
Yeah.
What about gonorrhea?
Yeah. There's a cure.
Yeah, you could take something for gonorrhea
yeah, it's secure.
What's that? What's that? CJ?
and
No, I was
trichomoniasis.
just like, yeah, it's secure. Yep, and they
Yeah.
got that shit at Care Now.
She's just like, I know.
They got that shit. Hey, got that shit at Care Now.
Yeah, I think like it's I think like I can't remember. Some of them take penicillin.
How you know?
Who, me?
Nah. I'm talking about
Oh.
CJ. No good. But
Oh,
CJ.
my godmother was a nurse.
So I said, I got burned before. Shit, what? Hold up, man. What? Hey, but you know what? That's and my mama told me, and you know, see, and that was me, you know, me out here thinking, you know, and my mom said, all right, son, you gonna get some shit that you can't shake off, or I can't do with this duct tape. And man, one morning I was pissing out damn lava. I was like, oh no. And then that's when, you know, and then I had to make that shameful walk because I barely had a car. I was like, Mom, you know, can we go to the, you know, Care Now? I was like 19 or 18 when this
Okay,
happened. So, you know, huh?
You were young.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But ever since then, that kind of kept me on the right path. I'm like, all right, because now, yeah, don't wish that on nobody.
Okay, who's gonna read this comment, guys?
I disagree with Miss Weeda. I don't want to be bumping cooches with another woman and letting her do me with an inanimate object strapped around her. Give me some real pause on this. Give me some real meat, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing, but pause on that. Pause on, I don't roll that thing. Pause on this. Flag on the play.
He said flag on the play.
I mean, but I think that they definitely for me, I still have questions. Like, how long have they been together? Why did it come out? How did it come out? I think that's like a big thing. And why couldn't you just be honest about it? And now you're going to be mean to me about it,
Right?
And then,
yeah, I don't know why was he yelling like that? Like, I wouldn't be able to. It was just too much.
It was a lot.
I think what it's that to me, and this is speculation. I don't have any facts, but I think it may have went left when he told her he didn't think it was going to be a big deal. and it went left when she said no, and then he bust out the camera, and they got in, and it just took off from there. Because sometimes people think that that's not a big deal. What may be a big deal for you may not be a big deal for me.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
he's experimented, so maybe it's out of his system. I don't know. Maybe
He even
it's
asked her. He even asked her, "You haven't done anything like that. You didn't do nothing like that in college."
that's what I mean.
Eh,
That's what
but it's so crazy because here's the double standard. I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee you, if any of if she was to tell me, hey, I was bumping coochies and got, I'd be like, oh, okay, like all right, right, like it don't hit the same. But if I was to say, well, I ain't gonna, but if something, if I was like, hey man, I was this, that, and that, I was dibbling and dabbling, right? Hey, then I'm looked at as weird, different. Do you just appear different? So that's just a quick little double standard. But I mean, it is what it is. I ain't saying it's right or wrong, but I mean, it is. Even though scientifically there is a difference, obviously, you know what I'm saying. But still,
that's a head
double
notion.
standard.
No, it's definitely a double standard, but there's a lot of double standards between men and women that is just what it is.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
we can sit here and argue about it, but it's not going to change.
Cause it's I know I've recently, I don't know how I got on poly TikTok, but I did see this lady. She has a husband and a boyfriend, because you can't have two husbands, but they all live together in the same house. Everybody has their own room.
Oh, okay. So they're not. So she has businesses. I mean,
Well, the men are not gay. She makes that clear that they're not gay, but they can't see other women. Like, she's the only one for both of them.
Mm-hmm. I seen that.
And I was like, okay, is she trying to get pregnant? And somebody asked her who was the daddy. She said both of them. I'm like, okay, what in the HPV
thank you. What
yeast infection is going on over here?
right?
So
And
they're
I
gonna
need to
they're
see
gonna
what she
kind of
look
live
like.
this.
Men do it all the time. Men talk about we're poly. I seen one man that was poly. He had 3 women like this. All of them had a job and he didn't.
It's that bullshit. Bullshit.
I said, what?
No,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
I'm too African for that. I'm sorry.
All the women had a job, but he didn't have a job, and they took care. They cooked, they cleaned, they took care of him. Yeah, no.
He said goodbye.
Oh, he's living his best life.
Pregnant girls are getting syphilis in South Dallas. That is sad. And that affects also how long you can hold your baby in. Because that was
So I want to ask this quick little question, like, for y'all, then I'll say maybe I can go first. Like, what's maybe one thing that could be something similar to this magnitude? Like, for example, like, I don't know, let's say if my shawty came up to me, like, we're at the pre-engagement, I don't know if she told me, like, I'm trying to think, like, hey, you know what? If she told me she had like if she told me she had like SPV, what you call it, if she had some disease that she can't
HPV.
say, yeah, then I'd probably be like, time to fuck out. You got what? And you ain't let me know. So that's maybe kind of to that extreme. But what's some of y'all's that y'all would just be like, nah, nigga, it ain't gonna work.
I had 10 abortions. So is there a problem? That's
Wow.
in my past. I'm not gonna have any more, but I had 10.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
hold on. You asking me?
Yes,
yeah. If a woman comes to you and tells you that,
I had 10 abortions.
Engagement. So like, just okay, same situation. I think I need to know why, but it don't really matter. Yeah. Well, I just see, because when
okay,
you say that, it's a bunch of that's a gray area, but 10, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
That's high as hell. That's high than a motherfucker. That's high.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
10 is a lot. I mean,
Mhm.
and then we also don't think about the spiritual aspects of it as well, right?
No.
We don't.
And
Because
see, there's a lot, even with the homosexuality, there's a spiritual, like y'all said earlier, connotation with it as well. Like, do
yeah,
you still, I mean, can you truly say you'll never be attracted to another man? He didn't say I tried it once. He said I've had relationships with men.
You
So
did
does that attraction ever go away? Like if we're out and you see a man that you know, that's your type, is that, you know, was that a trigger for you? You know?
I don't know if the relation. I don't know if it ever goes away, but I think
Right.
that you can overcome it. Though I don't think it's something that will. It can continue to haunt. Like you're like deprived and have to have. No, I just think that that's something that you have to. Um, that you put your mind to and say, you know what, that part is over. I'm moving on to this different thing. So that thing is over. So I'm not looking at men like that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
But can you say that?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
honestly,
think people can say
I
that.
don't think they
Or
can.
even if they do
I
look
think
at
they
them and
can
they say they
resist
like
it.
them, they're not going to go ask for their number.
Right. I think they can do that, but I don't think they can say they see a beautiful woman and say, wow, you know, you know, this, you know,
Yeah,
but they can refrain from
they can refrain.
moving.
Same thing with, I think the same thing with homosexuality. I think you can look at a man and go, man, he's hot. A
Mhm.
dude can say that, but not want to go and approach. It sounds weird, but not go and
Right.
approach him and try to get his number because
Right.
now he's in this committed
so
relationship with his
I,
wife.
I think it takes a special woman to do. I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Let me read these comments, guys, because I'm gonna tell you about this church I went to one time. 100 Black says, depending on what African, I guess, 10 abortions? Yeah, 10. And Wita says, if you want to find out if your man like men to perform these 2 tests.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, play around with his anus, and if he really enjoys it, he does. When they show 2 men together on TV, look between his legs for arousal.
No, real talk. I had a best friend in college, and this was back. Don't judge me. This is when they had VHS, so this is old. They had videotapes, and he invited me to his apartment. We were gonna watch movies. We were platonic friends. It was me and some other people. We were all platonic. I'm just being very clear.
So I
we
like
had
where this
this is
headed.
when they had Blockbuster and all that. So we had rented a movie. And so we were all gonna go to his apartment because we all lived on campus and he had a off-campus apartment. So we all was gonna just, you know, meet up over there. And so they told me to put the video in, and they were in there cooking and stuff. I put the video in, and I saw he had his stuff in there, but what caught it was like a orgy type situation with men, women with women, men with women. It was like a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. And so I hurried up and cut it off and got it out and watched the movie. But later he wanted to, you know, date me, the guy, and I was like adamantly no, because it's like if you watching that, because most men is not gonna sit and watch an orgy with men on men, women on women. I mean, they're not just that's just not something straight. I felt like at that time that straight men did. Especially a video you went out and bought. Well, I bought a video that had men and men, women and women, you know, the whole thing. So yeah.
Rita, I said anus. I know it sounds like penis because of my accent. Can you have children now, or do you have children?
Girl, I ain't had no 10 abortions. I got 3 kids.
She was just saying, like,
that was just an example.
Yeah, it was just an example. Yeah, it was
girl,
example.
no, I had 3 beautiful kids. No, but I did have a friend that had 5, but she still was able to have kids. Now I haven't had 10. I think you'd be scarred or something. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but I think you'd be scarred.
Yeah, them things ain't no fun.
To clear the air, Felicia has not had 10 abortions, okay?
It's to be serious.
The ones at the back, Felicia.
Felicia has not had 10 abortions. That was just an example.
So, example, I went to visit church in Dallas. It's a deliverance ministry, right? Mm-hmm. And the pastor used to be full-blown gay. And he's now not. He's married. But when I watched him, I'm like, and those mannerisms. So my thing is, I mean, does he still like me?
I don't know. CJ said there are dudes out there that are feminine, right?
No, I think
there's men that have feminine ways. I have a cousin that's kind of soft. But he's not gay at all. But he's kind of soft.
This wasn't soft. Like this difference. This wasn't soft. There was a lot of mannerisms like that, even when he was talking. Like I'm
Oh,
serious.
he got the.
She said mannerisms.
And then my friend that invited me.
But that see, Rabia, and that's subjective. What you may think is, behavior, is probably to him is regular, because it is some men, and I've seen it, that were raised by their parents and their aunties and their grandmothers, and they have those mannerisms, but they are not gay.
Yeah, I have a friend like that.
They're
But
not
he is
gay at
not
all.
gay.
And they
But
get
he's
labeled
very-
that a lot. I work with a guy like that. He was like, I don't know why people think I'm gay. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, because
Yeah,
that's why. And you do this, and you don't, he doesn't get it. Like, why do women think that?
I don't.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, what?
I was thinking like I would be so uncomfortable. For me personally, I would be uncomfortable. I would be embarrassed.
They know.
That couldn't be my man at all. I was like,
Women know. You know.
Yeah,
If a
but see,
man
that's all.
is
Yeah, go ahead.
attracted to you, and he's doing all of that, and
and I agree with Auntie Rita. She says Pastor Johnny McClurkin used to be gay and said he was delivered, but he still looks like it to me. Yeah,
yeah.
he does.
But that goes into the kind of men you choose. Like, I don't even find men like that appealing. Like, if he's got on a tight suit and he's pink suit and a turquoise tie, that's not the type of guy I'm gonna date anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, and I feel like she had unless she was just completely off guard, but just judging by the video, I could have told the nigga was a little zesty, or I would have at least had some type of, I would have side-eyed him like, okay.
Sometimes as women, I think we are in denial. We don't want to know.
Yeah, I know several guys like that, but they were pastors. And this one, you don't, let me tell you, he had 2 girlfriends.
Someone on just on Instagram says judgments. Are we being judgmental, or are we just stating what we like and not like?
I don't think it's being judgmental. There are feminine characteristics. If a man put his hands on his hip, that's more of a feminine characteristic.
He also
That's something you don't usually see heterosexual men do. Put their hands on their hips and sashay. That's not something regular heterosexual men do. It's not being judgmental. That's just not what they usually do.
right. I have another comment. Josh says, "Why does what a man wear determine his sexuality?"
When a man does what?
Why does what a man wear determine his sexuality?
Josh, I ain't gonna. Never mind.
Just like what a female wears, like it's same concept.
you have
It's a
guys
perception.
now, but now guys wear skinny legs, jeans, and they're more preppy or hipsters. So I mean, I don't think you can really tell by
No.
By what they wear. I don't think you really can anymore.
That's just like back when we were younger. Women wore baggy jeans and stuff like that. That didn't determine, but it's a preference. I mean, for me, as a 51-year-old woman, I don't want a man in some skinny pink suit. But my son could do. My son would probably pull it off well.
Oh, hold on, time out. Hey, you 51?
Yes.
She was good, don't she?
You have a 39. What the hell? Hey.
Well, thank you. No.
Man.
But,
okay. That was a respectful compliment. I know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was respectful because I know your nigga. He fuck around. Okay.
Nah.
But
So Josh wants to know, why can't it just be fashion? Why, if he wants to wear pink suits?
It's okay. Let me. This is the problem that I have with this social media. It's okay to do what you want to do, and it's okay for me not to be preference to it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
agree.
have to agree and like everything that you do. And I think that's what they want, like approval. Like it's what's wrong with being homosexual? Nothing. That's you, but that's not me. Or what's wrong with wearing a pink suit? Nothing. That's you. That's just not me. We don't have to agree. I respect you. I'm not gonna think any less of you, but that's just not me.
It's not what I want, but that's
Right.
you want to wear pink suit.
There's nothing wrong. I don't even have a problem with it. You can wear hoochie shorts for all I care. It does not have nothing you eat makes me go to the bathroom. So whatever you do, that's you. That's fine.
Yes, it's really
It's
pretty.
not for me.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to see it every day. I know the way I come from, men are very masculine. If you know African men, they're very, yeah. But they be wearing them tight ass pants and showing the shape of their nuts too now these days.
Yeah.
100 Black says a male wearing pink was not something to do back in the day. I designed and wore a masculine style pink and paisley print shorts suit in Orlando, Florida. I caused us brothers to screw up at the pool game. Okay.
And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the man wearing pink. Men wear pink all the time. Even my husband has a pink polo. So I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but it's just certain things I'm not attracted to. Just like in certain
Same
things
thing.
other
I totally
people
agree,
are not attracted
Felicia.
to.
I am not
Now,
attracted to a man in a pink suit. That just doesn't do it for me. Don't get me
yeah,
excited. You know what I'm
and
saying?
Mhm.
and Josh and I don't feel like you should, and just like and Felicia, you hit the head on the mouth, the coffin, the nail on the coffin, or whatever the damn
The
thing is.
nail in the coffin.
Right. Oh yeah, there you go. Just because these group of ladies or whoever group of ladies, just because like they don't like it, that doesn't mean like you know what I'm saying. That's just not their preference. Now I don't know the age of this person, Josh, or
Right.
whoever, but I know people in my generation. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of tight. Like the super, like the skinny jeans, the man purse, and I had a homie, like on some brunch, he had his shit like this, but he was totally, and that's something I wouldn't indulge in, but that's just the fashion kind of, I can't get a good, and I mean, and also there's a thing called being metrosexual, which
Mhm.
I didn't know that was a thing. And
Mhm.
here's something that made me stop doing it, right? And this is a real quick story time, right? So, and this was on some no gay shit, but I
Mhm.
used to get my eyebrows arched.
Mhm.
Why? That's part of my family, my mom's side, that they're from the Dominican Republic, so that's like a real Hispanic, is to get your eyebrows arched. And I remember one time I was at IHOP and this little waiter, I can tell he was on that type of time. He was like, "Hey, I really like your eyebrows. Where you get your eyebrows done?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I go to this, that, and the third." And when he paid for my meal and left a note on the receipt saying some other stuff, I was like, let me go ahead and quit doing that. I'ma just, I'ma just,
But you got a free meal, CJ. That's all that matters.
Isn't that what you want?
yeah.
Right.
Nah, and I ended up paying the tips. So the tips, I think the meal was like $20-something. I just paid that in the tip because I'm like, no, I don't want you to. I paid for your dinner. No, sir. Here's the money.
And honestly, my son and all his friends went out to a homecoming dance last year, and I didn't see nothing but tight legs and ankles. Like that's what they wear. They looked good in it. And they not gay, but that's the style for that age group. They 16. So it's not what I like. I told him I would like to see him in a regular tuxedo, but he's like, no. Mm-mm.
And we said men that plays the male in the same sex relationship as the feminine, therefore they don't look or act gay. So it's hard to tell that they like dating men in the butt.
It's a man that comes on live. You probably seen him on TikTok. He got a kid and a girlfriend and a boyfriend, and the girlfriend know that he like women. I think he's from Louisiana. He has a strong accent, but he's a real. He's black. He has locks, but he he talks openly about, he got a girlfriend and his girlfriend know that he likes men and she's okay with it and they got a kid together. So like I said, that's their happy life. It ain't got nothing to do with me, but that's
That's why.
yeah. But the fact is she knows and she's okay with it.
Well,
so
y'all.
Okay, guys, let's get some final thoughts.
Okay.
Okay, who can go first? Kim, you go first since it was your idea, sister.
Be honest and upfront in the relationship. That's the only thing I can say. Be open and upfront. Communication is key for any relationship to succeed. So,
agreed. PJ?
Yeah, be honest and upfront, and what stays in the dark will come to light.
ooh, I like it.
Okay, look at the wisdom. Look at this man. Okay,
Bringing it.
Alicia.
Do a background check and trust your intuition.
Yep.
I like
and
that.
ditto to what both of them said. I agree with what Kim
Yep.
said as well.
I think that we need to, before we decide to get engaged and do all that, we need to have those difficult conversations. We need to ask questions. We need to tell stuff that we know would affect the relationship before we even thinking about an engagement. Like, let me decide if I want to accept that or not.
Agreed. I agree with everything you guys said, but I want to tell you, you need to have a friend like Kim because she will run a background check on you ninjas. And she's going to tell me, not this man, okay?
Robbie, don't do it.
Yeah, you have to do a background job. I mean, I'm serious. Like, there's crazy people out here. Kim will run for you guys. I'll give you all the information. You can definitely help out. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Right.
And what else? Never mind. Bye, y'all.